All right, we just picked up ye old bad boy, and I wasn't sure, but holy crap, it fits. This is why I love this car. It's having some serious trouble focusing.
This and this.
Okay, here we go. We actually unboxed it in the car because the box took up so much room that I was sitting like a grandma on the seat and it was hurting, so I just went ahead and unboxed it back there. Let's go ahead and get all this protective stuff off of it.
Don't put the wire.
No.
Oh, wait.
So yeah, all we have to do is put the handlebars and the pedals on, and that's it. It has a pedal wrench and the Allen key for this as well too.
That's kind of crazy.
Here's the accessories, or not the accessories, but the pedals as well as the pedal wrench and the Allen key to tighten and assemble everything. And then this, not sure, it looks like we have a user manual here. And then, I'm not sure what this guy is actually. Oh, this must be the charger for the battery. Yeah, looks like that's the charger for the battery in there. Oh, nice. Yeah, so here's keys to lock the battery in place. Okay, here we go. We are going to go ahead and test the bike out now on an actual ride. I took this thing around the neighborhood just to get a good idea of how it works and kind of set it up. So should be good to go. Should have, it's probably about like 95% full on battery since I took it around the neighborhood a bit. But we're going to go ahead and ride over to this little coffee shop over here called White Rhino. It is 4.1 miles away. It says it'll take 23 minutes by bike. So we're going to go ahead and hop on this thing, and I need it to reliably get me there since I'm actually going to finish out my work day up there. And then I need to make it back as well too. So this will be nice to see how much battery we have once we go there and back, and just see what the bike is like. So let's go ahead and get this thing started. It's real simple. Hop on, and the keys only have to do with locking the battery. Those don't have to be in there like that. I'll lock it down while we're riding and take those out. And then come down here, turn the power switch on, and then hold your LCD button or your LCD power button on. And I want level 3 assist. So let's go ahead and get going here. It is 2:35, so we should be there by 2:58. And I think we'll do it faster because this thing's pretty quick. So power delivery is really nice and instantaneous because it's electric, and it climbs up to that claimed 20-mile-an-hour range pretty quickly. It's really crazy too because your pedaling feels kind of magic. like you suddenly have a lot more pedaling strength, but really I have the assist up super high. And almost it feels like the gearing could be a little bit better actually, because like this, I'm kind of chopping my legs just to keep up with the pedals almost. Man, these fat tires make it really feel very plush though. Just soaks up these bumps. This will be a good test here. Going to the little construction area. It's doing well. It's soaking up everything awesome. It's really comfortable. This seat is pretty big and it's really comfortable. You could honestly ride with a passenger on this thing. Even, you know, you might want to watch out for those weight limitations. I think it's like 265 pound rider weight. And you can get this thing up above 20. It just won't tell you when you're doing that. I think for legal reasons, you have to have it top out at 20. I'm going to be doing mostly throttle on this thing, but we'll be doing a hybrid of pedaling as well too. But I like to be lazy. This thing's really cool, man. It feels neat to just be kind of powered around a luxury vehicle. My brakes can still use more adjusting. They are pretty weak as they are. Okay, so I'm gonna have to get going, and then once we're up above 2 miles an hour, throttle will come on for us, and it did. Let's go ahead and try to get up on this thing. Must be kind of blasting around. Wow, even on that brick pavement, it just scoops that right up. So, what else can we talk about here? We talk about the shifter, which is very, there we go. It's probably going to be a bit pissed at me. It's okay, we can learn patience again in 2022. This thing off-road and look through that. This is nice. It's not so bad. Oh wow. Yeah, it's saying that we used half a battery there for a moment and then it jumped back up. So I'm noticing, yeah, something a little interesting with this LCD display. I don't know if it's just kind of predicting what our battery is going to be like if we continue to use full throttle like that. You can see when I come back off the throttle though, the battery goes back up, but we are down to 3/4 of a battery now, and we are, what is that, 0.3 miles in? No, that's the rate. Let's see. Oh, we're 2.1 miles in, okay. That's another cool thing is this LCD screen. Got an odometer, trip meter. Not sure what that is. But then we have a ride counter which tells us how long we've been riding. Jumps all right. Guess I should say she drops down off a ledge all right. Oh man, this thing's extremely comfy. feels like it could maybe use just a little more gear. That's good. I'm being active. I'm pedaling, getting around, getting in the sun. That's important. Underrated. So components feel, but you know, this is pretty much an around town bike. They feel perfectly adequate for what we're doing. They don't feel bad. They just feel great. These hand grips, I can't really say that these are the best choice of hand grips. Ergonomically, yes, they're somewhat comfortable since you rest a lot of the flatter on these, but with the throttle, what that ends up doing is like tapering your grip and kind of wants to pull your hands off it just a little bit. So I'll probably be switching out grips. But so, not really in a huge hurry, so just taking it easy. I weigh about 180-ish and got a backpack on. It's probably at least 5 pounds. I've got 2 laptops in there right now, one for work, one for editing. So, and various other things in there. So it's probably about 30 pounds, honestly. It's funny though, it just, the pedal assist is pretty incredible. When you feel it for the first time, it's pretty crazy. Let's get it going up here again. Yeah, she'll maintain that 20 miles an hour on flat ground. Uphill, might drop down a little bit. Pedals are actually pretty decent. There's some flats like you know, you might have on a mountain bike. Feel pretty grippy actually. Probably is a good idea to shift when you're coming to a stop. I should say it's probably about 60, 65 degrees up here today, which will affect battery usage. I'd say on a day like this, it's probably pretty optimal. Hold on the battery to strain it, not hot enough for it to really heat it up and heat soak it. Lose power and range. So let's see, 4.5 miles is what Moto says. I did take a slightly different number at one point, so that's probably why. But here we go, guys. Arrived with 3/4 of a battery. And how long did that take? 4-mile ride in 15 minutes. Right on. Let's go get some coffee. So here you'll see that it's on sale at Best Buy for $11.99 plus tax. Normally $13.99 plus tax, but it looks like they're running a special at the moment, which is what I picked it up for. You can also have it delivered to your house and assembled as well for an extra fee. It's super simple, so I would recommend just doing it yourself, especially since they provide the tools to do it. And here's the gallery of the bike. So you can see it's got disc brakes and that it has a somewhat large seat as well as a rear tail light with a license plate mount. Bike weighs in at 66.1 pounds with the battery, so it's a little heavy. Charge time is about 6 hours to full, 37-mile range, 500-watt motor, and it does 19.8 miles an hour, basically 20. And it has a twist throttle, unlike the Super 73, which should have a thumb actuated throttle. And here you'll see that it falls under a Class 2 e-bike, which, looking up the different classes per Super 73's website, will actually tell you that it's a bicycle equipped with a throttle actuated motor that ceases to assist when the e-bike reaches 20 miles an hour. And that's actually a California classification for that, but you can see that it's generally that same way in most of the states. And they go by that 3-class system in those green states. Yellow is regulated like a bicycle, so no passengers, no age minimum, no licensing. And then it becomes a problem in looks like New Mexico and Alaska, oddly enough. So it's got 4-inch wide wheels. It's a lithium-ion battery, of course, which is what most battery tech is now. Kickstand, etc., etc. Not foldable, trigger type gear shifter. So now we will look at the comparable bike, which you might cross-shop with the SWFT Zip, which is the Super73 Z1. Now, this design definitely looks way cooler from more of like a motorcycle aesthetic. And it's got those really interesting like street slick tires and the cool integrated battery / seat design, which is more like a motorcycle, kind of like a cafe racer style almost, if you're familiar with motorcycles. But the big difference is, immediately looking at it, that it doesn't have a headlight, and then also doesn't have the twin front fork like the SWFT Zip does. So it doesn't actually have a front suspension, doesn't have any suspension for that matter, but it's got a very similar motor. I think it's a little less than 500, but they just uprate it to 500 for the ratings. But it's got a 275 pound weight limit, which is the same as the SWFT. But another big difference here, and one of the reasons I would rather have the SWFT over the Super 73, is that the Super 73 actually does not have any pedal assist at all. It's all throttle actuated, so you can't just really use it with an assist that helps you pedal. Therefore, the range is quite a bit less. It weighs in a little bit lighter than the SWFT does by about 10 pounds, I believe. And it's got just slightly wider wheels with stickier tires. It's got mechanical brakes as well, a little LED display, no headlight though. That's another difference there. And the SWFT also has that rear tail light too. Okay, so there we have it. Now, given these two comparisons, I definitely prefer the Zip over the Super 73. The Super 73 is really cool looking, and at that price point, it is pretty compelling, but it's missing a couple key features where the SWFT just kind of beats it out a little bit. I think you're just paying for a lot of the name when it comes to the Super 73 brand. They are really cool, but I think in this comparison, the SWFT actually is going to be the winner in those terms. And from the real world tests that we did, 9 miles from the coffee shop back to my house, used about half of the battery. So 18 miles using just throttle, that seems about on par, since the 37 mile range is what's quoted, and that's probably using pedal assist and not just throttling the whole time. So seems about accurate. So let me know, guys, which bike would you prefer, the Super 73 Z1 or the SWFT Zip? Put a comment down below and tell us which one you'd prefer. And thank you so much for watching, and check out some of our other videos if you enjoy this kind of content, and we'll see you in the next one.